ازيكم عاملين ايه؟ النهارده هنتكلم مع بعض عن lesson 1 في البيولوجي. الاول بس عايزين نعرف يعني ايه بيولوجي، لان احنا اول مره هندرس البيولوجي. اولا كلمه بيولوجي بتتكون من two sections. The first section which is bio meaning life حياه، logy which means science. ده بيخلينا نعرف ان biology الديفينيشن بتاعها هيبقى the science of life. واحنا هنا هنهتم في الترم ده بشوية حاجات كده. unit 1 هنتكلم عن chemical basis of life. يعني ايه chemical basis of life, which is a chemical structure of living organisms, which is the carbohydrates and lipids في chapter 1. chapter 2 هنتكلم عن البروتينز والنيوكليك acids وده هيكون unit 1. في الأول بس هنبقى عايزين نعرف يعني ايه macromolecules أو living structure in general. فهنبتدي ندرس classification أو macromolecules بتيجي منين، أو هي step في structure بتاع living organism تبقى موجودة فين. أول حاجة human body بيتكون من group of systems like the cardiovascular system or respiratory system or nervous system. بعد كده في حاجة smaller أو الحاجات اللي بتتكون منها systems which is organs. في cardiovascular system الأورجن ده مثلا هيبقى heart. بعد كده smaller than organs consists of tissues. Like in the heart is consisting of cardiac tissues. Tissues consists of cells. The same example, which is the heart, consists of cardiac cells. Going smaller in scale, يبقى عندنا organelles. يبقى عندنا cells consists of organelles. لو لاحظنا هنلاقي كلمة organelles اللي هي looks like organs but smaller. So the cells containing inside organelles. organelles دي بقى حاجات بقى جواها consists of molecules, which is the type or the topic of study بتاعنا النهاردة. يبقى a group of molecules consisting or composing the structure of organelles. والmolecules دي بتتكون من atoms دايما هندرس في الكيمستري. تمام؟ فاحنا عندنا living organism ده بيتكون من حاجتين organic molecules inorganic molecules. Specifically احنا بنتكلم هنا organelles بتتكون من molecules. organelles بتتكون من molecules organic inorganic. organic يعني ايه؟ يعني فيها carbon atoms hydrogen atoms, which is called biological macromolecules. يعني ايه biological macromolecules؟ biological احنا عرفنا من شوية biology science of life، و biological هنا معناها adjective which is macromolecules biological macromolecules أو الجزيئات الكبرى الحيوية اللي هي بتخش في تركيب living organism. طيب عندنا بعد كده inorganic molecules اللي هي containing don't contain usually carbon atoms, like what? Water, H2O, mineral salts like NaCl, S2O4, but this is not in general. We have some exceptions. We're going to discuss this. Okay, and then examples are organic molecules like carbohydrates, which we are going to study, with lipids, proteins, nucleic acids. طيب دلوقتي هنا بنقول اللي احنا لسه كنا قايلينه من شوية not all the molecules that contain hydrogen or carbon atoms or both are considered organic molecules. يعني ايه؟ يعني احنا مش كل حاجة فيها hydrogen و carbon atoms بنقول عليها organic. لا، في حاجات فيها hydrogen و carbon atoms بس هي inorganic, like what we said before, water molecules, H2O. even إن فيها H hydrogen atom, it's not considered organic, it's inorganic. Carbon dioxide gas It containing carbon, however, it's not organic. It's considered inorganic material or inorganic molecule. وهكذا بقى, and so on. Calcium carbonates, CaCO3, sodium bicarbonate, NaHCO3. تمام. طيب احنا بقى نبتدي نخش in depth في الاكسبلانيشن بتاع biological macromolecules. They are large size organic compounds that are made up of smaller molecules. هو ده هيبقى definition بتاع اي topic عندنا. ودي الفريز اللي هنبتدي ندefine بيها اي concept عندنا في اليونت دي. We will explain that right now. Okay, so عندنا all of them contain carbon elements as we expressed before. زي ما احنا شفنا ان كلهم موجود فيهم الكربون atom. They are extremely necessary for the life of living organisms. طبعا زي ما هنشوف برضو في كل concept بيعمل function بتاعت function موجودة في الجسم وقد ايه هي مهمة لللiving organism. Most biological macromolecules are called polymers. As it's macro, not micro, so it's considered polymer. If it's micro, it's going to be considered monomer. We will discuss that. هنعرف يعني ايه polymers و monomers. The polymers that are formed by combination of small sized molecules called monomers. So if we consider polymers like a pyramid, the pyramid is going to be called polymer, and the bricks أو الطوب اللي هيكون منه الهرم ده هيبقى اسمه monomer. Like the illustration here, هنا عندنا المونومرز بتبتدي يحصل لها process called polymerization process, and then it's gonna form polymer. So polymer is consisting of monomers by the polymerization process. يعني ايه؟ يعني البوليمر بيتكون من monomers حصل عن طريق عملية اسمها polymerization او البلمرة بالعربي. طيب الورد بتاعت polymer دي جت منين؟ دي Greek word بتتكون من poly which means multi or multiple, mer which means part. So polymer means multi parts or multi units, which is the monomers. Monomers is Greek also word that consists of two parts, which is mono, which means one, or uni, يعني واحد أو حاجة وحيدة, and mer which means part. نفس الكلام بتاع polymer, هي نفس suffix موجود في الكلمتين, which is unipart or one part. يبقى المونومers, which is the building blocks for the polymers. Okay, ده هنا basic conception بتاع اليونت بتاعتنا اللي هنبني عليها الاكسبلانيشن بتاع اليونت بتاعتنا. نعرف يعني molecule ده بيتكون من polymers. البوليمرز دي بتتكون من monomers. Monomers being combined together, and it's going to give us the polymer through a process called polymerization. Okay, طيب احنا عندنا 4 types of macro or biological macromolecules, which is the carbohydrates, lipids, which is going to be lesson number 1 because it's of 2 parts, and proteins and nucleic acid, which is going to be lesson number 2. These are going to be the hot topics of this unit, which we are going to be studying. Okay, we are going to give you some examples of carbohydrates, lipids, proteins. As we mentioned, like the chloroplast, which is inside the photosynthesis process in the living plant, which is going to be consisting of starch, and starch is consisting of monosaccharides, for example glucose. بعد كده عندنا lipids, which is, for example, fat cells, consists of fats and fatty acids. Then we have proteins, protein fiber or muscle fiber, consists of polypeptide and amino acids. احنا طبعا هنا بندي بس illustration, هنخش in depth كل واحدة من دول listen separate لوحدها.